Open this Polk County Board of Commissioners is January 14th. Commissioner Pope is excused. And first up is announcements. Extra agendas are on the back table of the door. And then we have comments, public comments. Anybody like to address the board? Silence. Gosh. Next up is approval of agenda.
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Approval of minutes from January 7th, 2026.
Move approval.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. And approval of consent calendar.
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Next up is Mr. Matt Hopkins, Years of Service Awards, please.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. We do have a couple of employees that we would like to recognize this morning, but as I always like to do, we're going to recognize the one who actually showed up today first.
It's an extra big.
The fog.
And this, I mean this in a nice way. When I saw this, I was like, Carrie's got to 15 years, right? And I'm like, oh no, it's only been 10 with Carrie. But we would like to recognize Carrie Hammersmith from our Behavioral Health Department for 10 years of service to Polk County. Come on down. Get us shake hands, and the gauntlet is way bigger today. Congrats.
And I would like go on everybody's seat that's not here. Yeah, just like that. Sit down and chat.
Thank you. So appreciate your work.
I'll like go.
Officially, with this 10 years, is I have officially by a couple of months exceeded the length of time I was at Yamhill County for just short of 10 years before I jumped over here to where I actually live.
And we're at 3 times as good as Yamhill, so that's 3.
Which means I've got another 10 years or so to give to this county, and I'm honored and grateful.
Carrie's I've heard before. Welcome home. Yeah, thank you. Great job.
Thank you, Carrie. We appreciate it. We also would like to take the opportunity, while he cannot be here today, but recognize Tommy Hutchison with our Sheriff's Office for also 10 years of service to Polk County.
That one makes me feel old. I remember Tommy at Falls City Schools.
Well, that brings us up to something that's always near and dear to my heart. And then we get to hear from, I always refer to this as everybody has the team, but Polk County, we have the team. So if we can have the adoptive family, Brent Moe, Abby Warren, and Steffi Gilbert for the presentation, please. And you guys rock. We all know it. Thank you.
For having us. We're glad to be here today to talk a little bit about the adoptive family program this year. We have a couple of stats up on the screen today to just sort of summarize and cover some of the numbers, but we also have some sheets in front of you that are little thank you cards. Is this the second or third time? The second time this year when folks got their packets to come pick up their gifts, we also included a blank thank you card. And the first time we did it, I don't know if we knew if anybody would fill it out, if we'd get any responses, but we got tons of responses. These are just a couple of them. Steph still has another stack probably equal to the ones that are out at your table. And it just really, I think, impactful, not only to look at the numbers, but also to just read from, see cute drawings from young kiddos and just really heartfelt, heartfelt examples of why this program is impactful. The numbers speak for themselves, but I think also just hearing from folks that receive the gifts and the generosity from the community is equally impactful. So we just wanted to make sure you all had a chance to look through those. We have them summarized in a PDF as well that we can forward to you too, if you want to take some time to look through all of them as well. But just quickly kind of going over the numbers this year. This is our biggest year to date. We were able to serve over 1,000 Polk County families, which was equivalent to about 3,000 children across the county. So truly across all of Polk County, which is really incredible to see. 155 individuals, churches, business, community groups came together to actually traditionally adopt families. We received over $16,000 in monetary donations to help cover the gap between those children that weren't able to be adopted by traditional means. We were able to do some shopping and help adopt those children through those monetary donations. So we truly could not do it without any of the volunteer power, monetary donations, and traditional adoptions that happened this year. And speaking of volunteers, we had more than 100 people come through and give of their time. And I think that is sometimes the piece that we can forget. Obviously, the monetary donations are really important. Adopting kids is really important, but the scale is ginormous. And actually, let's just click. Speaking of that, let's click to the next slide. We were in our messaging yesterday, we were saying, who has photos? Did anybody get photos? And we all looked at ourselves and said, hey, nobody ever stopped to take photos. So we do have at least one picture that gives you a little bit of a snapshot of what this looks like. And if you've been at the fairgrounds, you've been in that main building, the entire front part, this middle part, and some of the back part was full of individual family boxes. So you see those numbers, those all represent a family that was supported by the program this year. And without the people to do it, without the manpower of volunteers, staff, and really the community, it absolutely couldn't happen. So we just wanted to take some time to celebrate everybody for making this happen. And I know Steph has some really specific shout outs of some key partners that went above and beyond to really make it happen this year.
Yeah, and I think like this picture is cool because this is the culmination at the end, but this project really starts in the summer. And so you have people and volunteers that are starting in August going out and talking to businesses, and our application opens to the public on Halloween. And at that point, donors are registering and finding ways to help. And people who sign up to help in, July, they are often reaching back out to us in October and November and saying, we're done with the kids that we already adopted. What else can we do to help? How else can we support? Overwhelmingly this year, as people came, we do a drop-off day on Monday, and then our distribution is on Wednesday. And on Monday, when people were dropping off, I would say more than half of the families who dropped off brought extra toys. They said, hey, we finished shopping for our kids early. We have these other things. Can you use them? And that helped fill in that gap. We spend all of Tuesday going through every single one of these boxes and making sure that every kid that signed up is accounted for. And those extra toys that come in at the very last minute are what helped get that final push done. But some of the partners that really made this happen for us this year is the WU Foundation. They let us use a gym space. They sponsored a gym space for us at Western for a whole week so that we could have volunteers Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. They're packing all of these boxes and getting it ready to go. We worked with a company, I think Alliance Packaging, out of North Plains, who helped. They donated all of these boxes so that they gave us 2,000 boxes so that we could make sure that everything was packaged up. Often we have families that are showing up to pick up and they have their kids in the car. So these boxes make sure the kids aren't seeing their gifts ahead of time, and families the ability to still have them be from their family. We also worked with the Salvation Army to help meet the needs of families in West Salem. So we provided them with the numbers of children coming from West Salem, and they were able to help us secure toys and gifts for those families as well. And then White Oak Construction also came out to help us with things like traffic control and some of those pieces that aren't the most glamorous jobs on the day of distribution. You never know what the weather's going to look like, but they were there with their team and were able to help us do that.
Yeah. And I think at the beginning of this year, in the summer, like Stephanie mentioned, when we started planning, I think we mutually had some concern. Like this year has been financially really hard for a lot of families. And we've seen a lot of families that have historically been able to donate now asking to receive some support this year. So we always have a little bit of internal nervousness about like, how is this going to work? And every single year, the community, they just show up. They show up in ways of bringing extra toys, of volunteering time, of giving a little bit extra, like really digging in and reaching to give. And that is just the most encouraging thing. And we say it all the time. We see it all the time, that especially when things are hard, our community, they just show up even in these little unexpected ways that create these really huge outcomes. So just a major thank you to anybody that participated. We couldn't do it, truly, we couldn't do it without the people that make it happen.
Just to add a couple things here. I remember the length of service award for Carrie got me thinking about how long I've been here, and I think I'm on 17 years. This project was already happening when I got here, and I can remember, I think even Noelle was with me in the gym once, and we were celebrating because we served 100 kids for the first time. Like, it was a big deal, and it was mostly a Dallas project way back then. It spread to the whole county. So I just wanted to give that little piece of history. The other thing I want to say is We have about 30 people in our department, and this is one of the things that they look forward to every year because for the rest of the time through the year, the nature of our department is people working with folks in crisis and going through the hardest times. And this gives an opportunity for the staff to do something different and to do something truly joyous. And none of the work in our department stops. And everybody still does their job and this job. And Abby and Stephanie are two of the most humble folks that work in FCO, and they're talking like 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. I know for a fact that they were there on weekends and evenings, making sure that kids got presents in Polk County, and all the way up to Christmas Day. If somebody missed this project, we still provided gifts for families all the way to Christmas and a little bit after Christmas, to be honest with you. So I just want to say thank you to Stephanie and Abby and their teams, because without them, it wouldn't go as well. I can also say that in the past 10 years, I remember being at the fairgrounds till 9 o'clock at night cleaning up. And this year we served the most families. We had the most presents, the most volunteers, and we were done at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is also a record. Also just a testament to the efficiency of the system these folks have created. So thank you to you guys as well. And we're happy to take praise and accolades now. Go ahead. But we do have limited time. So.
Well, what else is there to add? Thank you all so much for organizing this. I think that the key themes here are partnerships. It's incredible to see various agencies come together to help out. And just like you said, Polk County takes care of one another. And that's a value that I see throughout this community. And this is a perfect manifestation of that. Had a lot of fun volunteering. Wow, the efficiency is tremendous. I was just got to my post, directed some traffic, delivered some presents, and it was a ton of fun. And you're right, it's a good break for us to away from the grind to serve the community. And it was also fun to adopt a family and shop with my son and instill in him the value that every kid deserves presents on Christmas, and that we are very blessed that we are able to help others out and provide for our own family. So thank you for doing this, and thank you for the rest of all the work, the rest of the year, the prevention work, the work with youth, veterans, our seniors. The family and community outreach is really a heartbeat of this county. And I appreciate all you do all year for folks in our community. Thank you.
2 reasons I want to thank the board real quick too. Number one, you guys support us in doing these big projects that are so meaningful to the community. So thank you for that. But also you guys are behind the scenes, the Board of County Commissioners and the office that it sits in. And that includes Matt, that includes Morgan, that includes Nicole. Every year for the last 28 years, you guys have adopted families and been a part of that behind the scenes. So we appreciate you guys for doing that part as well.
I think this was the 3rd year in a row that you've had Santa Claus out there and we didn't have any complaints on him. It was really good. Not that he deserves any.
No comment.
Just remember the 1 year, it was, I just couldn't believe that one person. But at the same time, witnessing what you accomplish and the families that you affect is amazing. So great job. And 100 volunteers. And I think if we can just get the word out of what this is, we can grow that number. Polk County is amazing. The people here really care. So thank you all.
Thank you all.
Sure, if I might. I think one thing I would like to recognize, one, is what you guys do. And I love that you come in, you're able to, provide these numbers of how it's grown. And I'm going to be honest, I look forward to the day that your numbers go down.
Yeah.
Because it's not needed anymore or not at the same level. And I know that's what I think that we have to acknowledge. That's what you guys are actually working towards, not just for this project, but for your department as a whole. That's the goal, is to see the numbers go down. I appreciate what you've done, and this is incredible, but I look forward to a year when you come in, you're like, well, our numbers are down this year because it wasn't needed, and we can all celebrate. So.
Agreed.
Great point, Mr. Hawkins.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there need for an executive session today?
No one's here to actually have that, so no.
Perfect. With that, we're adjourned.